Hello and welcome to Spectral Readings. My name is Cameron, and this reading is for the sign of Virgo, wherever it lands in your chart. If you like the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I am offering personal readings. Information's in the description box below. Also, donations are greatly appreciated, but just gotta say this message that's coming through right now is if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. That's the big one. You have to remember to be kind to yourself as well. Wow. All right. Your energy might be a little bit chaotic. I just have to say, if you can, try your best to hone in a nurturing atmosphere for yourself. Play a little bit of music, have houseplants, salt lamps, whatever makes you feel like you have good vibes. That's so important right now. You'll feel better. The High Priestess is here. Listen to your intuition. This is a time when you have to pay attention to your dreams. Listen to your intuition. Also, you might be starting a new project and going into the unknown here based on faith. And also based on doing what's true to yourself and your inner self. Now, Justice is the next card out. So at this time, you might start to see success for whatever it is, or let's say you had like problems with people or something like that. They might just randomly stop messaging you and stop bugging you. People might just start falling out of your life. That's kind of what I'm seeing, and you kind of have to let them. The World here is coming out next. So this is 3 major arcana, which is awesome. The World is about endings, but it's also about new beginnings. With the High Priestess here going into the new world of your creative unconscious and being true to yourself. Here with Justice in the World, it means you basically have a new life where you get to be true to yourself, which is awesome. Ten of Cups. Oh, Virgo, this reading is great. Ten of Cups is emotional completion, being so true to yourself, feeling at home, feeling loved. You might even find yourself in a relationship. Surprise. But, you know, not everybody is going to be in a relationship. If you need some clues, like, am I going to be in a relationship? Am I going to be in long relationships or many short relationships? Check out your natal chart. There are so many secrets in there about what might happen to you. Especially if somebody has a lot of 7th house placements, they'll probably be in very long marriages. You know, stuff like that. If you don't have any placements in your relationship houses, maybe you just aren't focused on that. You know, it's not for you. So it's going to be different for everybody. When I see the Lovers or I see soulmate, for somebody who's not interested in a relationship, it's just not on their path, that means that something good is going to happen to you that you care about. Something that's like perfectly for you. I love this deck. I should use it more often. What else does Virgo need to know? Something to look out for? Is that what it is? Yes. Ooh. All right. Ooh, 9 of Cups with 10 of Cups here. This is a great progression. 9 of Cups with you having to look out for this is remember to keep yourself together because we attract what we are. You probably aren't exactly this guy, but I want to remind you to kind of be like this guy. Like standing tall and proud, having yourself emotionally composed and energetically composed, not so bogged down to where you can't see the light. That's when you can find good things. That's when you receive justice. You have to love what you want, or at least you should. Now, 8 of Cups here is the next card. Again, this is looking out at what is to come. That's how I am seeing this card. Listening to your intuition. And also, there's solitude here as well. What I'm seeing is you have to be comfortable on your own before you can be comfortable with somebody else, and picking up on relationships, which is interesting. But only be with somebody who supports you for who you are and what you want to do. You know, I don't want to bring other people into this, but I know of a couple people who do not live by those words, and they're miserable. So anyway, so what to look out for is you have to be comfortable alone, comfortable in your own skin, and try to be happy. The death card is here as well. So you have to be aware that things are changing, you know. I'm seeing right now a video game. It's like usually in a video game you start off in a little town that you grew up in or something like that, and once the game actually starts you have to leave that little town. Now imagine if you just never did that, you know. That wouldn't be embracing the changes of life here with this death card. It would be stagnation. It would be like Four of Pentacles. You don't want that. Don't hold too tightly onto the past. You have to allow it to go, you know. Don't go running back. It's like you see those movies about kids who go to summer camp and then they call their mom right away. They're like, yo, mom, I can't be here. I miss you. You know, you have to allow yourself to change and go, and also be comfortable on your own. Because that's kind of what's going on here. If you do meet a lover, it'll be because you're meeting each other halfway. If we are not comfortable on our own, and I see this, especially with men, no shade, is men go out into the world like half raised, and then they go out and try to find a mom. Maybe they don't even realize it, but you have to raise yourself and nurture yourself. 2021, be your own mommy, be your own daddy. Don't expect other people to raise you, you know. Otherwise, you too could find somebody who isn't a complete person like that either, you know. And relationships where people have to raise each other often end up as just like milestones along the way. So do the work. That way, you know, the village doesn't have to raise you. Sorry, I'm not trying to drag you. I'm gonna give you oracle advice. Also, if you're already doing all of these things and this is just confirmation, that's wonderful. I say this all the time, but I consider that to be ahead of the curve of the energy. And then some people, you know, are getting up to the curve. And curve is like an academic term. It's like the average baseline for what can be expected. Okay, Oracle. What does Virgo need to know? All right. $33 is the card here, chaos and conflict. I'll show it to you. And then I'll read it to you. Three is also the number of Ilegua, who is the Orisha of crossroads. And pathways. Bringing things in. Watches the door of your house. 33. This is dramatic. Sometimes I open right up to the page. In fact, most of the time I do, but this one was elusive. Anyway, opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time, when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. There will be order that comes out of this chaotic energy that is in a lot of our lives and in the world now, and there's value from it, because people who did not have voices for one reason or another now are given the opportunity to speak through chaos and conflict. It's interesting times. But the first card that came out is the High Priestess, and I love this deck. It is so beautiful. But step away, go into your own world. That's the most important thing here. Do not fight. Nurture yourself. Do what you can. If you have friends, give advice and support to your friends and your family and your community, but try not to fight right now. Allow things to happen. There's one more message that needs to come through. I will use this deck. What is it? Is it health? Okay, I think some of you are like eating out too much or something like that, because I'm seeing a refrigerator that's empty. Something like that? Maybe you're having hard times, or it's just not a priority for you. Yep, let's see. We have the Nine of Cups here, but we have the Eight of Swords. So it's a feeling of being trapped, not knowing what to do. There's uncertainty looming in the air, but the Nine of Cups here is celebrating. This is a celebration. It looks like... My phone started to talk to me. It looks like this Eight of Swords energy is going to go away with this Death card, and Nine of Cups will happen. A celebration will come in. I'd like to know just a little bit more about this. This could very well be an end of hard times, and at least a relief. I'm seeing the word relief. We do have a lot of unemployed Americans. I do live in the United States of America. We have a lot of people who receive unemployment but have been waiting for the extra unemployment boost to come in. And I've mentioned this once, but I really do see that happening at least by mid-January. But I see it, and it was supposed to, it should have happened a long time ago, but I never saw that it would. I always saw that it would happen around the end of the year, like end of December. So that kind of relief may come for somebody. And the Five of Wands is here. This is the battle of the material world in order to make something happen. This is holding back the pressures of the world and creating a path forward for yourself materially. So stand your ground. Stand your ground financially and in the world. Claim your space. Do whatever you need to do in order to continue to live, right? And just know that when you brave this storm here with the Eight of Swords, and when you brave it here with the Five of Wands, and continue to show up each day, and do whatever it is that you need to do to continue your story, your life, this Nine of Cups is coming. That's the message that needed to come through, is this Nine of Cups is coming. Out of this chaos and conflict, something good is going to happen. Oh yeah, when I was reading that, just touching it reminded me of this. I do listen to some other very wise people on YouTube. Yaya Feeney, I absolutely love her. And one thing that she said is whatever is going on in this world is kind of like a great pause. It's like a great pause and a great reset. It's a reset. Great things will come from this, you know. So many phoenixes will rise from these ashes. Unfortunately, these are hard times. I'm not trying to turn this into like a news station reading, but great things are going to come from this chaos and conflict. Go within. Go within now. This is a time where you need to rest as well as you can, and just step out of the fray. That's what the chaos and conflict card said, and also that's the high priestess. Step away from the fray, listen to yourself, nurture yourself. And I just saw 1555 555. I love that, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. If you need a personal reading, there's information in the description box below. If you can donate, I appreciate that. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.